I felt a lot of responsibility my whole life, first with my father, and then I had my kids.
We know. It's easy to feel responsibility if you have forgotten that everyone has an inner being and that everyone has guidance. In other words, you know what the ultimate sense of responsibility is? I have to guide you, which means I have to make you hear me, which means I have to control you. That's impossible responsibility, and yet you all dabble at it until you give up. The only thing that saves you is your uncooperative children
or the choices
and employees.
The choices that I make have a big effect on their lives, and so there are things that I want, like I want to move, I want to change location, but I don't know if that's the best thing for them. And so it's how do you...
But here's the thing. We had this conversation already. The little naked boy said, I don't ever want to leave. I don't ever want to leave. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. We had a whole conversation about how it isn't that you don't want to go. It's that you want to be happy, and you're associating happy with being here. And so once you show your children that happiness isn't contingent upon where you are, then you're free of the bondage of having to stay in one place all the time, which isn't fun.
And then it'll just happen naturally. The move or not the move or whatever will just happen on its own.
Let it happen to you. But you've got to prepare yourself to realize. You see, it really is this way. You've already put it in the vortex. And there is a clear understanding by all who know you and love you of the path, not the shortest path, not the easiest path, the most fulfilling path, the most rewarding path. Sometimes the path has to lead you to questions so that the answers are meaningful when they come. Humans just say, nope, I'm here, I want to be there, take me directly there. And we say, you'll miss everything in between. I don't care, I just want to go over there. And we say, if you just went over there, you wouldn't be ready for what's over there. You need the path in order to be ready for what's over there. And what's over there is going to be way better than what would be over there if you could go over there right now from where you are right over there, because you're going to add more to over there on your way to over there. You see. And it's the adding to it that matters the most. We don't see any of you. You say, I'm going on vacation, and I'm home, and I'm going to go to all of these places, and then I'm going to come back home. That's my itinerary. We don't say, you say, well, wait. Ultimately, I'm coming home, and I'm already home. Why go? I guess I'll just check vacation off the list. No point in going, because I'm already to where I'm going to be after I've gone. But you don't go on the vacation to get it done. You go for the fun, for the insight, for the meetings, for the questions, for the rendezvous, for the insights, for the impulses, for the fun, for the life, for the living. You see, this is the way your path is. It's unfolding constantly, and it's all for fun, and we all are taking such pleasure with you, you see. But sometimes we're the only ones having fun. We're having so much fun moving around with you. And the more fun we have, the worse you feel when you're not having any. Oh. The more you ask us to focus with you, that's that vortex, the more we do. And the more you ask us, the more we focus, and the faster that momentum gets. And the greater potential for joy, which means the greater potential for pain if you're not up to speed. Ooh. So if you're asking and not letting it in, and asking and not letting it in, and asking and not letting it in, and asking and not letting it in, you've provided a tremendous party for us that you're not having any fun at, you see. And humans say, well, if you were a good person, Abraham, you wouldn't have any fun either, because we're not having fun. We say, hey, we're keeping the light on for you.
So could you give me some help on, since I do have all these kids, and how to have fun with mundane, like how to have fun constantly washing dishes and doing laundry and breaking up fights?
You've presented an impossible scenario. And if that is the sum total of your life experience, we wish Alzheimer's on you.
That's how I feel some days, though.
We're just having fun. They're groaning out there. So Constantly washing dishes? Really? Constantly washing dishes? Really?
I knew you were going to say.
Really?
I thought this whole thing out of my head.
Constantly
This
washing
question of,
dishes. We know that you're washing more dishes than you want to.
I'm thinking about
but
washing dishes, maybe, or doing laundry, maybe more than I actually.
we don't think it's what you're actually doing that's bothering you. We think it's feeling that you should be doing things that you're not doing that is bothering you. Anytime you've decided that something would be a good thing for you to do and you don't do it, there's resistance in it. And so you're just holding these responsibilities over your head because you're too much of a free spirit to do all that stuff that you don't want to do. And yet not doing it is making you feel so guilty. That's where the word responsibility comes in. Otherwise you'd say, I am so inspired. One day, many years ago, Jerry and Esther were coming across the desert and they stopped at a truck stop kind of restaurant. And the place was so full of people. Every table was filled and there were people standing waiting to be seated and people standing at the cash register waiting to pay out, and there was only one waitress in the whole place. And as Jerry and Esther sat, Jerry said, look at her. And Esther said, I think she's on drugs. And Jerry said, no, she's in the zone, watch her. And so they began watching her and they noticed that she was almost like in a hypnotic trance, just moving from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. She was the ultimate multitasker of anything Esther had ever seen. And she was in the flow to such an extent that she was having just the most wonderful experience, saying the right things at the right time to everyone involved and everyone in the place. There was no discord in the place. No one was feeling anxious because everyone was being tended to because she was so fully present in what she was doing, you see. She was tuned in, tapped in, turned on. She had source energy flowing through her. And everyone that wanted anything. Have you ever had a waiter that you're trying to get their attention and they're walking right past you and you're even waving things in the air and they can't see you? And then there's another waiter that you're way over there and he's way over there and he seems to sense exactly what you need and when you need it? There's alignment and there's not alignment. And when you are in alignment, whatever it is that you're engaged in is rewarding. It is satisfying. It is fun. It is co-creating. It is delicious. It's not the type of activity that makes the difference. It is the alignment while you're doing it that makes the difference, you see. And so what so many people are doing, they're taking things that they've convinced themselves that they don't want to do. This is the problem with people trying to clean up things way out here in the weeds, out here in the details, where you have defined yourselves that no one wants to wash dishes and no one wants to take out the garbage and no one wants to do those things. We should be doing more high-minded things. And we say, really, what you want to do is be more high-minded while you do things. It's not the things that are high-minded, it's you. And when you are tuned in to who you are, whatever you do is satisfying and fulfilling. And you begin noticing, Esther's watching her little kids, her little grandkids around her, how the happier she is in the things that she is doing, the more they want to play along. They want in on it, no matter what it is that she's doing. Things that most kids wouldn't want to do, they want to do. Because they can feel the fun of the doing of it, of the experiencing of it. You're creating vibrational environments, you see, for yourself and for others.
Can I go to my esoteric questions now?
We're about to wrap this up.
Okay.
Give us your best shot at an esoteric question.
So the woman I studied yoga with was a Krishna devotee, and they see God as having a very individual, like as a personality. And then I read these other things, where God is sort of just this misty kind of energy that's all pervading, like the Tao. And so I'm just wanting a visual for me, for my own imagination of source, of God.
God is, if you want to use the word God, what man wants to play that persona, is the culmination of all of the wonderful expansion that has been amassed from experiencing the contrast of life. So all that you've asked for, that which you want to call God, has become, and stands as the standard of all that you are, reflecting it back to you with such clarity and consistency. Clarity and consistency meaning the same thing. Clarity, consistency, love. Clarity, consistency, love, all meaning the same thing. Attunement, alignment. reflecting it back to you with such precision, such constant, such consistency, such unwavering, that any time that you are ready, you can feel it. It is the ultimate vibration to which you seek alignment. And when you do, that which you call God will expand through you, God that God calls God. We've enjoyed this interaction more than words can explain to you. It's exhilarating to come together with those like you who are understanding who you are and stepping into that role with more conscious awareness. Nothing feels better than to reach for something and find it, and then to reach for something more and find that too. Nothing feels better than to feel your own empowerment and to project it deliberately. Nothing feels better than to be the uplifter that you were born to be and to get to witness the results of your upliftment. It is so delicious to be in your physical bodies, getting to experience the full-blown manifestation of your thoughts. Creativity just doesn't get any more delicious than that. This conversation, this ongoing conversation that we have here in these forums, truly is the leading edge of all that is. Because the life that you have lived has cued you up to the place that the next logical sequence of events happens. And to be consciously cued so that you are aware of it as it happens is what we most desire for you. Jerry was all the time saying to us, Abraham, but what do you want? What's in this for you? What do you get out of this? What is your desire? And we say to you powerfully today that it is our desire that now you have rested in this vibration of complete alignment, that you notice in the days that unfold, that are coming up next, the evidence of what you accomplished here. Making that association will set you on the path of never again being afraid of anything and being eager about anything. We want you to know that there is nothing that you cannot be or do or have. There is nothing that is off limits for you. There is nothing that's too big for you or too great for you or out of reach for you. There is nothing that you cannot experience. But you want to bless the experiences that help you to parlay your desire to greater and greater heights. Because the more you allow yourself to dream and desire, then the more possibilities of the full experience of all of that. You can't get it wrong, and you will never get it done. And our friend explained it to you better than we have ever. It's all for fun, it's all for fun, it's all for fun, it's all for fun, it's all for fun. It's all for fun. It's all for fun. It's all for fun and clarity. It's all for fun and clarity. It's for fun and clarity. It's for fun and clarity and love. It's all for fun and clarity and love and alignment. It's all for fun and clarity and love and alignment. It's all for fun and clarity and love and alignment. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain in the vortex.